Okay, before we jump into this little tiny meet and greet experience video, forget your food, your snacks, your Coca-Cola, whatever. We're going to be here for a while. So, yeah. So, go ahead and just get that. And, yeah, enjoy the video. Hello. Okay, the camera might be a little lopsided, so if you guys can just, kind of ignore that fact, then we're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time watching this video. My phone might die on me, so we're going to kind of hurry up and film. Anyway, this video is going to be kind of like a Sabrina Carpenter meet and greet experience. I just want to tell you, if it was, chaotic or something, it was, a very good and chaotic day. All of the whole entire day. I'm about to say has nothing against Sabrina Carpenter, number one. Nothing against her family, her sister, nothing. I love her. It has nothing against her manager, her people. It's just about the people at Frontier City that was in charge of it. Her family, her manager, her people that helped her were not in charge of this. The only thing they were in charge of was getting her there and performing. They weren't in charge of setting it all up. I don't think because as a bug, oh god, I am outside. Anyway, but there's nothing against them, okay? I just want to tell you that, okay? This video is I can't speak. It's inspired by a girl who I lately just love. She's like one of the small YouTubers who should, get more subscribers. And she did a Sabrina Carpenter experience in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Is that it? I don't know, but whatever it is. She did this type of video, and I absolutely love her. So shout out to her. I'm gonna leave her video in the description box down below. So yeah. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this meet and greet experience. Okay, so basically I had to wake up at 5:30 that morning, which was no harm, no harm and foul. I didn't really care as long as I get to meet her, okay? I don't care if I had to wake up at 4:30 and I don't meet her until 10 p.m. that night. I don't even care. I'm gonna go meet her whatever it takes. And I'm outside, so there might be people watching me. Who cares, because I'm filming this for you. Anyway, so I woke up at 5:30 that morning. We went out of the house at 6 o'clock. We didn't even, brush out our hair or anything. We had the pajamas on. We had no makeup. Our hair was a mess. We were going straight into the car and going over to my mom's friend's house, 1 hour away, 45 minutes, 1 hour away from where we lived. My best friend, Danielle, stayed the night with me that night, so we wouldn't have to, pick her up 5:30 in the morning. Just not. Okay, anyway, so we looked like a mess. We got breakfast, we got coffee, and we went over. And my mom's friend texted us, and she was not home that morning. And I was like, oh my gosh. Her friend came forward. She says, you know what, I'm home now. Go ahead and come straight to my house. So we're like, okay, we're good. So we went straight to her house. We got ready. We left around 8:50. And then we were on our way to Frontier City. It's about a pretty long drive from her house. We were on our way to Frontier City, and my mom said, look up the directions. So we did, and it says open at 12 p.m. As I said before, we're leaving at 8:50 because was it 8:50? Yeah, it was 8:50 because we wanted to get there at a specific time to get our parking space. So we're probably going to get there around 9:30, 9:45, and they said we don't open up until 12 p.m. So we're just so basically we called them before the 21st and say be there at 10 a.m. on the Sunday. They don't open up at 10 a.m. They open at 12 p.m. on the Sunday. So we're just what are we gonna do? So we went to go get something to eat, which was no big deal. It was just a little restaurant, right there by Frontier City, where we went to the concert. And we went to IHOP and we ate a breakfast, and then we were gonna go drive around a little bit because it was 11 p.m. We had 1 more hour. So we're thinking, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do in that 1 hour time spare? We went past Frontier City, and guess what? The gates were open. So we're just that makes no sense. Anyway, so we decided to go ahead and just go into the gates and give them our parking tickets and everything. So we parked there, and then we saw people piling in a line. We were just So anyway, we got out of the car and we had to go buy my friend Danielle a ticket because we already bought. I hear a car coming. Anyway, we already bought 2 VIP tickets, me and my best friend. My mom wasn't going to come back there because there was no sense, because she didn't want to like actually meet Sabrina Carpenter and stuff. But so we had to buy 1 more ticket because we already had 2 more tickets and we had to buy 1 more. So we went there. There was about 3 people there. You know, it was not that biggie. So we bought our ticket, and he showed us where we went to go rent a little basket to put all of our stuff in. And like we were like so lost, like, but we figured it out. Because I don't know what instructions he gave us, but we figured it out. Okay. Anyway, so we went there. So we waited in this little bench thing because it was like a little tiny, like little. It was like one of those brick thingies where like people just like, it's like for decor, but people can sit on it. So we sat on it and people kept on piling up. We were just like, whoa. Anyway, so people like piled up and they were like really kind of, there was, I heard some people talking about women's row and women's row. It was like my people right there. Anyway, so we sat there until they were just like, okay, no, everyone get in line. So we were like the 3rd people in the first line because, you know, we got there pretty early. And so people were shoving, pushing to put their phones, their electronics, everything. So me and my best friend, we were like unzipping our backpacks because we were going to stay there for 12 p.m. and we're going to meet her at 4. And we had to be there in line at 3. So we're going to basically stay there for, you know, a couple of hours. So we need to have our makeup and our curling iron and all that stuff. So we'll make sure we'll look okay to meet her because, you know, we didn't want to look like a mess. But anyway, so basically people were shoving and we like unzip everything. It was just very kind of unorganized, but I guess it was kind of unorganized because people were kind of in a rush to get there. And so we put everything up and we thought the park was open. We had to go inside the park and wait for about 20 minutes before they actually opened it. And they were doing like a drum little thing. Okay, it was fine, but it kind of got a little boring because they kept on doing it for like over and over again. And like more of the Frontier City characters came out. Like there were actually characters from like shows. And there's like, come see our show tonight. And I was like, no one's gonna be there basically. Sabrina Carpenter's coming, performing. So like, I wouldn't say that anyway. But so yeah, so it was like all that. It was like really chaotic. But we finally went in and we got our little scooter thing. And then this is the part where I was like really upset because like we were walking. And like mom was like, okay, she was sitting down on the bench. She was like, okay, you two go find out where we can go get our VIP tickets. So we're like, okay. Actually, I found like a little bit of a part like where we got our VIP tickets. But anyway, I asked this. Okay, this one young girl. I was telling my friend where we go to the VIP tickets, and this young girl was like, hey, you go around that circle and you go. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So we went and we kind of got lost. Like, the instructions were right, but we got lost, so we're just like, oh, girl. So, we went in the opposite direction of where she pointed us to go. So, we asked someone else, and she was like, yeah, you go this way, and that way. So, we were just like, okay. So, we went that way. We got lost again. So, we went that way, and we asked someone else because she's behind like the water rapid. So we're just like, okay. So we went behind the water rapid and we're just like, what is this? It's like a water rapid and there was like a big giant like, you know, like sidewalk, and it was just, you know, like a ride right there, and then like right there you have like concession stands and stuff like that. And we're just like this is where we go. And like we asked someone, and it was like, yeah, this is where you stay in the line. We're standing in line where people walk on and walk off a ride, and where people go on to get food. We're just like, okay, alright then. Like, it wasn't even like a line that we stand in. There wasn't no bar or anything. It was just a big giant clump. I was just like, okay, so like we went on to rides and all that stuff. We were having fun, and then it was that time to go on. It was at 2:55 and we were going to ride a ride, but it kind of like broke down. So we're like, okay, 2:55, and we still had to go to the bathroom and freshen up. So me and her were like rushing, but whenever we went, people were already in line. So we're just like, no, it's not 3 o'clock yet. So like we were like trying to find the bathroom, and we had to walk all the way around to find the bathroom. We went in the bathroom, we got dressed. I changed my shirt because my shirt was all sweaty and all that stuff, and I redid my makeup. I didn't even have time to redo my hair because it was like fast. We went in there. There was this huge line, and so basically we're just like standing there basically at the end of the line waiting for us to get our VIP tickets. And I told my friend, like, I forgot to print out our itinerary, so we have it on our phone. And this lady behind me, she was just like, we ordered tickets online, and like they said we can't have them. So we're just like, so basically they're telling these other people, okay, I'm trying to do a video here. Anyway, they told these other people that they couldn't get tickets because they ordered them online. I was just like, wow, that's really rude. I mean, like, who does that? Anyway, so that girl was crying. I felt so bad for her. But we were so excited. We stayed in the line for about a good hour, until 4 o'clock, until we got our things. And then, like, you go stand in the other line. I was like, another line? So, basically, we were at the very end of that line, too. Well, not, like, the very end, but, you know, kind of like, it was, like, end, middle, and end. We're, like, at the second end. Anyway, that even made sense. Okay, anyway, so there's a bunch of people, and we were just sitting in the line. So they gave us 2 bottles of water. Me and her, I literally drank that bottle of water in like 10 minutes because I was so hot. Because we were just sitting in one line. I was sweaty. I wasn't good. I was not looking good. So we stood in that line and we waited, and she was just like, someone said that Sabrina Carpenter was running late because she literally just had a show in Philadelphia. So we're like, you know what, I don't care because she's running late. I don't even care because she had a show. She can't rush from Philadelphia all the way to Oklahoma. Like, who does that? Only the greatest human being in the whole entire world. Anyway, so we waited in the line, and around 4:15 they were just like, alright, come on. So I swear I heard something. Okay, anyway, so we went inside this little tiny, like, you know, this like gate thingy, and there were so many people. I was getting sand in my shoes because there was sand everywhere, and there was this. Okay, so it was like, let's say I'm right here. You can't even see it right there, but all the way across like this little yard, this little tiny other yard, all, like the road and another yard were the first people in line. We had to wait about 10 minutes before she said she's running late. So we're just like, okay, I don't care. Because she had to run late because she had to do sound checking because she was late and everything. I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm going to Sabrina Carpenter. Let's go. So we were waiting in line, and like, she was late, but it was like no big deal. And people were going so because, you know, they had to take pictures, they had to get autographs, and it was no big deal. But we went there, and it took us about another hour before we actually got. My video just cut off because my iPod got like too hot, so I had to go bring it in for like 10 minutes. Okay, we're back. We're almost done with this video. We're ready. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, it took us about an hour before we got to basically 10 people in front of us before we actually got to meet her. My hair, okay. So basically, it took us about another 20 minutes, and then we got like 2 people ahead of us. So we're basically just, you know, standing there, and we're like really excited for this. So I saw her face, and I just like freaked out. Anyway, that's one of the time. Anyway, so basically, okay. So basically, this is my first ever meet and greet. My second concert, first ever meet and greet. I didn't know what to do, you know, like, I just didn't know what I was supposed to say. I didn't know if I was supposed to give her anything. I was just like, you know, very nervous because I didn't want anyone to like say something to me. But it was all fine. I went in there, I freaked out and everything, and it was the most amazing experience I ever had, ever. It was just amazing. I loved it so much. She is the most amazing human being ever who ever lived. I can't hurry up. She is like the sweetest little angel. She is just amazing. I still love her. Okay, after that, we took a picture. I went back there, and she was like, this girl was like, you have to circle around here because you cannot be standing there. I was like, okay, whatever. So I went back there, and like, I saw Sarah, and she was talking to someone. I was like, oh my gosh. So I literally, before I even asked to take a selfie with Sarah, this girl, the manager, not the manager of her, but like the manager of Frontier City, she was just like, give me your, what's your mom's, like, last name? I was like, okay, you know what, I gave her her last name, and she was like, okay, we're gonna send you your posters in 2 weeks. I was like, they We ran out of posters. Like,